The White House set to announce a major sanctions package against Russia tomorrow in response to the death of Putin critic Alexei Navalny.
But there's just one problem. Their attempts to use sanctions as a deterrence have been absolute failures. So since starting the war in Ukraine, Russia has evaded restrictions, diverting oil shipments from Europe to China, allowing their GDP to grow by 3.6% last year.
With Iran, Biden's sanctions have done nothing but make that nation even more oil rich. Again, Iran shipping its crude to China.
All right, joining us now with reaction, former State Department advisor on Iran, Gabriel Noronha. Gabriel, good to see you. We appreciate you joining us. So what do you make of the administration trying to put more sanctions on Russia? Is it going to work? And is there a policy strategy that, if implemented, could work with Russia?
Well, these sanctions are going to look great and really strong to people who watch MSNBC, but they're not going to make the Kremlin very afraid. Look, they're going to double down on a sanctions policy that you've just shown is making Russia richer. That's almost unprecedented that you put sanctions on a country like Russia, and their GDP grows faster than Germany, faster than the UK, and faster than the United States last year and this year. And that's because they're focusing on things that look strong, not on the actual things that make Russia's economy move.
Gabriel, it's astonishing at how much money both Iran and Russia have been able to make with their oil exports under the sanctions regime. Both used ghost tankers. Iran, for example, has been able to export. Their oil exports are running at a 5-year high, making tens of billions of dollars last year in oil exports, largely to China. Russia set up its own shadow fleet and insurance, and its exports to Saudi Arabia grew to 100,000 barrels of oil a day, and it's also exporting crude and distillates to the United Arab Emirates. And Biden has done nothing to sanction any of these tankers.
Well, it's worse than that. He's cutting off American oil production. He's cutting off LNG exports to Europe. Guess who's producing it in their place? Russia and Qatar and Iran are the ones who fill in that gap on LNG. They're the ones that fill out the gap on oil production. And so part one is you reduce the volume that they can do. And you do that by sanctioning their ghost fleet. You do that by sanctioning insurers. But the other one is you go after the price by increasing American oil production. We did this in 2019 and 2020 in the Trump administration. That's how we were able to bring Iran to the brink of bankruptcy. They went from $124 billion in foreign exchange reserves down to $4 billion. They were not able to do any economic transactions like that. And so there's a way to bankrupt Russia. There's a way to bankrupt Iran, but these guys are not doing it. They criticized our policy, but if they actually adopted it, they would have massive success here.
Yeah, and to your point on Iran, it was enforcing sanctions, and it was drill, baby, drill back here in America. But we want to get your take on this, Gabriel. The State Department's Inspector General announcing an inquiry into the mysterious suspension of Biden's former special envoy to Iran. That would be Robert Malley. Malley's security clearance was suspended last spring over his alleged ties to an Iranian influence campaign in the U.S. So this is a story we don't have all the details on yet, but how serious is it that we could have had an Iran ally working in the U.S. government to build relationships for the U.S. with Iran?
It's extremely dangerous. Look, this is one of the most powerful positions at the State Department. I worked for his two predecessors. The idea that someone like that wouldn't be able to hold a security clearance should concern all Americans. And now we've actually been without a U.S. Special Representative for Iran for 10 months. This is during a period where Iran has killed and their proxies have killed over 30 Americans. They're on the verge of a nuclear weapon. We need someone in this position. And the Malley things only get weirder and weirder the more you dig. We've learned more about this case from Iranian state media than we have learned from our own government.
Gabriel, it's just astonishing. I just raised the question, speculation, maybe the Biden administration doesn't really want an envoy.
I think you're right, because look, if you get an envoy, that guy has to go before the Senate for confirmation and has to answer questions like, what is the Biden administration's strategy for Iran?
Right.
What is it called?
There's
Who
no
wrote
strategy. Well, that's a very good one. Gabriel, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks.